Jody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just checking my volume here. So for everyone who doesn't know, this is the first time that Jody and I are actually even chatting with each other. Matching t-shirt. Oh, Holly, you're wearing yours. Oh, you're wearing yours too, Jody?
Yeah,
I didn't know you were gonna wear yours.
I didn't either.
Okay, that's too funny. That's too funny. That's because Holly, Bright Cider, like just said matching t-shirt. So I was about to say, oh, Holly, you're wearing yours. That's
No.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, so where you're in New York State? Whereabouts are you?
I am right in between Buffalo and Rochester, so mid-state.
So you're like super close. You're like about a 4 hour drive from me because I'm like Mississauga,
Yeah,
right outside of yeah, right outside of Toronto. That's cool. And what's the cider scene like there? Is it pretty popular?
it's starting to. Like both in Buffalo and Rochester, they have some really good cider houses. And the cideries are starting to pop up. We actually have a cute little one here, kind of in this area.
Like what kind of flavors? What do you like?
I like everything. I'm not as crazy about the super dry ciders.
Okay.
Um, but I do like to try them. I like, you'll see like with my Graft boxing, Graft's probably my favorite cidery right now just because they have just all these crazy flavors these blends of things. So that's kind of what I'm into right now, but I also am really into the hop cider.
The second time I tried it, I because I always pour my cider in a glass because if I don't like it, I repurpose it, which is why I have mason jars handy because then I bake with it.
Okay.
And so the second time I tried their hop cider, I put it in a champagne flute, and I don't know if it was just something about something that happened when it went in there, but I loved it. And so then I that was so I'm a converted hop cider fan, so that's intriguing. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with just the plain old apple flavored flavor.
Okay, yeah, this is the one I'm actually most excited. What are you having? You want to?
The Blackbird cider work premium draft. It's a semi-sweet. I've had other of theirs. My husband loves it because they're kind of on the sweeter side, but this one is not supposed to be super sweet. So I figured I'd give it a shot.
I'm trying Rice Lake, and I'm pretty sure they're on. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're on here now. Rice Lake is from Georgian Bay, and their slogan is like hooked on lake life, and they're super dry. They're supposed to be super dry cider with no sugar, which was again really intriguing to me because that's where I like to go for more. So last week I tried their cranberry and absolutely loved it, and love the size too because it's a nice smaller can. A lot of our cans are like a lot taller.
Yep.
So I'm so excited. Yeah, yeah, like Chill Street. Like this is what our normally we're like this, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you want a bigger one, and sometimes you don't, right? I mean,
Especially if you know you like it.
exactly, yeah. And if it's been a long week, then maybe that's the one you want. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pour and then see what it looks like. Some of my favorite sounds there. So your husband likes cider too? You said like sweet ones?
He does. Yeah. He's a more of a beer drinker, so he tends to go towards the higher sugar content.
Okay, what does yours look like?
Very.
Yeah, I like the look of mine. Are we ready?
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, okay. I thought that I liked their cranberry. This for me is tied with their cranberry. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. This is like, you know how sometimes dry ciders leave like a little bit of an aftertaste behind you?
Mm-hmm.
This is like, they are two for two. This is, I cannot say enough about rice. Like, this is crazy. It's just so smooth and refreshing. And this is like exactly what I feel like. How's yours?
Mine is sweet, sweeter than I thought it was going to be. Not bad, but I would definitely not want a whole lot of it.
Okay, so sweet like you would give it to your husband, or sweet like you would,
Mhm.
yeah?
Very, very nice apple flavor. And it does dry out in the back a little bit, which is nice, but the front is very sweet.
Mine's got such a nice mouthfeel. Now it's a little bit dangerous because the alcohol for this little can is 6.2%. You can see it's a very easy drink. Do you like cranberry?
Oh, I love cranberry.
Okay, because their cranberry is so good. Okay, that's yum. That's really really good. Rice like finish. How does it finish? It finishes like an explosion of like sunshine in your mouth. Actually, that's what it just feels. It's a very happy feel. I know that's not maybe something that you want to know about in terms of the way it tastes, but it makes you feel happy. That's the strangest thing, but I just feel like it just sounds really, really good. That was good. Okay, so yours, would you repurchase yours or?
I mean, I would drink it maybe on a really hot day, you know, for something a little bit more refreshing. I probably wouldn't get another 4-pack.
Okay. What do we want to do next? What do you feel?
Let's do the berry. So 1911 is another one of my really favorite cideries around here. I've tried several of theirs. I've never had their raspberry. It is 5.5% alcohol. All New York State apples.
That's a cute looking can too. Okay, mine is a thornberry. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a raspberry, but this is in a bottle. So I'm going to see if I can open it without putting it all over me. See, minimal damage on the cap as well. Minimal damage.
Wow. All
I
right.
like the color of mine. Yeah. Oh, I'm so
Yes, yours
intrigued.
is
Oh,
bright.
this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Is yours look a little bit yellowier?
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
yellow, very small hints of pink. It smells really good.
Oh, nice. Mine, I love the color of mine. Mine looks like raspberry. Okay, mine smells like. Have you ever made jam?
I have not.
Okay, but you've eaten jam.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there you go. So when you open like raspberry jam, like a natural jam, no preservatives or something like that, and you smell it, and you smell and you can smell the raspberry actually being crushed. That's what
Mm-hmm.
this smells like. There's no denying this is raspberry. Like from the smell, it smells so good. How
Mine
about
is a
yours?
little more of an artificial smell to it, I would say. It's definitely not it smells raspberry-y, but more of like a syrup.
You ready?
Mhm.
You go ahead. You go first.
It's subtler than not dry, which is nice, and subtle raspberry flavor. But the back, that kind of pops out better than the smell.
Okay. Well, mine smells really good. I hope mine doesn't taste so bad. Before I say anything, I think.
That face is fantastic. Sorry.
No, not at all. I think I like it, but I don't think I can drink anymore.
Okay.
Like to me, this tastes like something that would mix with like a dry champagne for like a morning mimosa or something.
Okay.
And I think I wanted more sourness, like more tartness. But I don't dislike it. I think I would repurpose this in a cocktail, but I would also repurchase it to use it that way. Like, but I love the smell and I love the color. Okay, I'm gonna have some water, I think, before the last one. So your last one, what kind of sour is yours? Is your
Mine is just says with hibiscus. Gonna be dry, and probably not as dry as your first one, but
Okay.
so it's actually infused with the dried hibiscus flowers.
Do you like floral notes?
Yeah. I have had some really good floral blends, and I have had some really nasty floral blends. Where it literally felt like I was chewing on flowers. So I was kind of hoping with this sour blend in it, maybe would not taste like I'm chewing on flowers, but it is what it is. The funny thing about that is, so the one cider that I had was a rosé, but it was infused with hibiscus, and that was the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
Okay, my sour is a guava sour. Okay.
And I'm having another 1911, all New York State apples. We're
Nice.
keeping it in New York today.
Mine's 5.2. Now this one says the exotic aroma of this introduces a semi-dry cider. So
Okay.
I like really dry with a tart expression of guava and a mellow finish. I hope that there's a tart expression of guava. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm nervous for this one. Are
Me
you nervous
too.
for?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty.
Mine smells.
Mine doesn't.
No?
Tiny bit sour, but I don't smell a lot of floral.
Oh. What does yours smell like? Does yours smell? Let's talk about yours, Jody. How's yours smelling?
Now I'm starting to get some of the floral. When I first opened it up, you could just smell sour almost. It's weird, almost like an olivey smell, like green olive smell almost, but not olivey.
Like briny, almost like briny.
Maybe. Yes, maybe.
Yeah, like
Now
vinegar.
a little bit of floral to it. It's not unpleasant at all.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. No, it's not unpleasant.
Okay, I'll let you go first,
Okay.
and I'll just put that away from my nose. Oh.
It's actually quite pleasant. I don't taste a whole lot of hibiscus. Tiny, tiny little expressions at the end. A nice, almost like tart green apple front. It's a really smooth back. It's not bad at all. No, it's actually really good.
Oh.
It's good. And it's high in alcohol, which makes it even better.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this one.
All right, let's do it.
So I'm just before I take a sip, for anyone who has a cidery, we also taste with our nose. Maybe just keep that in mind. Perhaps. I'm not sure. No. It doesn't. I will try it again because this is for you, Jody. And my mouth also knows that I don't like that. I don't. This tastes like tonic water. It tastes
Ooh.
like a yeah. Did you ever have New York seltzer? Because some people here don't know about New York seltzer. Did you ever have that?
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
of course. The little bottles, right, with the little flavors.
Mhm.
Yes, when no one knew about that. Now I used to love New York seltzer, black cherry, and this tastes like the seltzer had no fruit. I don't get anything sour, and I don't get any guava. And this one's just not my palate. But I have an idea. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. These two separate. Maybe no. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do, right?
I do.
I'm gonna. Okay, so here. See, I'm gonna be giving everybody the fair. Look, I love your face. You're like, what is she doing? Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna give everything 2 sips because I've been wrong before. Let me check one more sip just in case. Just in case. Okay, they're better together, but there's no need to repurchase them for their togetherness.
Right. They're not amazing together.
Exactly. But wait, if you say sour, like, don't you just want it to like, I don't know, like I used to like Sour Patch Kids when I could have candy, and I would like that because it would be like shooting in the mouth a little bit of sourness. Or if you say sour, I want like that tart. I love to bake and cook, so anything that I don't use, like that's why then I just put in mason jars. Anything I don't drink, pardon me, I put in mason jars and I use it for anything else like sweet or savory. But that would actually, I know I said before it would be a good cocktail, but it would be really good. And any kind of tart or like a galette, yeah, with like goat cheese and mushrooms and like a little balsamic, maybe like a little bit of watercress or something in there.
Never thought about using it for baking or cooking. That's actually a really good idea.
It's really, I just don't like wasting things, right? Like I really don't like, and I really don't like feeling like I have to finish something that like a cider or something that I opened because I don't like it. Like it's just, I just really don't like it.
I've always had an affinity for apple. Always. I mean, like it's always been one of my favorite fruits, my favorite drinks. I actually found out a couple of years ago that my great grandfather, who came over from Italy, they worked in a quarry somewhere around here, and he used to make his own hard cider. So they would have barrels in their basement of hard cider that I never knew about. Yeah, and my grandmother, she didn't really drink, so there wasn't, anything, but we were sharing stories one time, and she's like, oh yeah, I remember one time I accidentally knocked over one of the barrels and I got a whooping, and So I guess it's in my blood. I don't know. It's just always been my drink of choice, and trying to be gluten free as much as I can, because I have a thyroid condition. It was just a natural. I'm like, oh well, cider's gluten free. Let's go that way.
I also have a thyroid condition. Well,
Okay.
I have thyroid cancer, so I have to watch everything that I have. But I'm also celiac, so my life has to be gluten free, and so that's how I got into cider. This is beyond like amazing because I never anticipated that we would have this much in common. Mostly, I can tolerate homemade peanut butter, which is great because I mix it. This is going to be another little hack for anybody who would be interested. Is if you take your peanut butter and you put a little bit of cider in it and mix it, it's really good.
Ooh.
Now you have to choose a cider that you like.
Like I said, I never even thought to add cider to baking, or I mean the cooking. Yes, I could see you're doing. Obviously, go well with pork. If you're eating the meat, that kind of stuff. But to add it to baking and to figure out those ratios and it just never crossed my mind. So that's awesome. I think that's fantastic.
Well, yesterday, I was watching a live, and there was a pear leftover cider, and from one of the people that were drinking it. And the funny thing is that I was at that same moment, I was using the leftover pear cider that I had from a tasting last Friday to make waffles. So I used it instead of like milk, and I made waffles for my husband for brunch for this morning. And I'm like, there you go. This has been so fun, and then thank you everyone for watching. This has been so much fun.
Well, thank you. Like I said, this was amazing, and I would love to do this again.
No, it's so fun, and hopefully you can make our cider chat because the cider chat's so much fun too. And hopefully, like we had Mike from Duxbury come join us, and we have people from like the Cider Crate and Ciders of Canada come, and it was such a great time to like talk with each other and find out what everyone's drinking. And we had Holly from England, and Jay from Japan came and joined us, and Em from New Zealand, and it was just like such a nice cider camaraderie, I think.
You know what we should do? So I love mixing the cider. So when you were mixing the two that you didn't like, I love that. We should get a list of ones that we've had that we don't like and see if we can make cocktails with them together with other ciders. I think that would be fun.
I'm all for that. Let's do that. I'm all for that.
Okay.
So you just announced our next show to everybody. It's the Cider Tales. So my husband and I, we have Sunday morning. It started off as mimosas, like in the summertime, and then what happened was I had these ciders I didn't really like, so now I call them concoctions. So I'm like on Sunday morning, I'm like, hey sweetie, you want a concoction? He's like, if it's cold, sure.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
I know, that was so much fun. It was such a great time. That was
Your
great.
amazing faces. I need to practice mine.
Okay.
Use it. It's your ability. It's your superpower.
It's my super. That's. Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I know it's been so fun.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
You too. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.